What's going on, guys? I'm Bill and welcome to Bill's How To. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own window fly screens. Let's get straight into it, guys. Let's do this. So to make your own fly screen is super simple. The materials you're going to need is a miter box and saw. Now we're going to be using a miter box and saw to keep this on a budget. If you're doing a lot of them, it's worth investing on a drop saw with a metal capable blade. We've got our fiberglass mesh, we've got our corner stakes, a spline roller, our spline, tape measure, and also our frame. So you can see here it's got a little groove on one side. The fly screen sits on top of that, and then we get the spline and simply tack that one there in place. So I'll show you guys step by step how to do it. So once you've measured the area and you know exactly how large you need your fly screen to be, in my case it's going to be 1 meter by 785. Always keep in mind that when you cut your miter joints, you always want the smaller side to be where the groove is. So you can see here we've got the section or the side that has the groove. That's always the shorter side. So if you're measuring from one point to another, that's always going to be from your larger point to your larger point and not from the shorter section. You guys will see what I mean in a second. So we always want our cut to look like this, and we're going to measure from the outer point to the outer point on the other side. So the opposite would look like this one here. You can see there we've got the larger side being on the groove, so this side here is incorrect and we need to cut it back the other way. So I've got one side already cut, the smaller side is on the groove side and the larger side is on the other side. So we can now measure from one point all the way across to get our 785. So I'm going to quickly mark this one here up. Hold that one there down. We've got 785 right here. I'll put a little marking. And now this one here is ready to cut. So we'll take the miter box, drop this one here into the miter box. And always, once again, I know I've repeated myself like 5 times already, but it's very, very important to make sure that you got it on the right side. So this side here is going to be our longer side, that's our shorter side, and we can now cut this section here out. I'll put the links in the description in case you want to get yourself a miter box and a saw. So once we've got our piece cut, we've got 785 from our outer side to our outer edge, making sure that's always the longer edge, and this shorter section has the little groove on it. So we're going to cut our 4 pieces. We need 2 pieces at 785 and 2 pieces at 1 meter exactly. So I'll quickly cut these ones here up. So now we've got our 4 pieces cut, we're ready to start joining them together, and we're going to be using these corner stakes. Now I'll bring you guys in closer and show you how easy these are to put in. So we'll take one of our shorter lengths and one of our longer ones. And what we're going to do is take this corner stake here, push it into one side. We'll take our other section and then slot in that corner as well. We're going to square these ones here off until we've got a nice miter joint like this one here. Repeat the process all the way around. With our last piece, what we're going to do is we put it on this section here on its own. It'll make it much, much easier rather than trying to bend the frame and trying to get everything all in. If you put it like this, then we take the back end. So if we take this side here, we can now push this one here in if it's on the right way. Push these ones here all in. Once again, square off all these miters, making sure they're as tight as possible. Check the back side, make sure you're happy with everything. Once you're happy, you can put that one there down. And we're now ready to get started on putting in our mesh and also the spline. So we're going to take our mesh Sit that one straight on top, roll it out, and we're going to cut just enough so that we've got a little bit of overlap. Sit that one there on nicely, and I'll bring you guys in close and show you how to push the spline in. So once you've got your mesh sitting on top, we take the spline, which is just a little piece of rubber with little ribs on the edges. That's going to bite into our little frame here. So just simply push that section there in. We take our spline roller, line up your spline straight over where it's going to go. It'll make it much, much easier, and just simply work your way through. Now once you come to a corner, I'll show you guys how to get around the corner. Make sure everything's still nice and flat. We take our spline, bend that one there around the corner and lightly tack it in place. Take your screwdriver, push the corners in. Once again, take that spline, roll it out over the groove. Make sure your mesh is still nice and straight. Take that spline roller and roll it all in. And we're going to repeat this process all the way around, then we're going to trim off the edges. So once you get your spline all the way back to the start, measure it up roughly, cut that section there down, and roll that last bit in. So now we've got our spline completely rolled in. We're going to take a nice sharp knife. This one here is actually, I'll flip it around. Now we've got a nice sharp knife, makes your life much, much easier. Start in the corner, and we're just going to separate that little corner there so that it makes it a bit easier. Work from the edge. And if you notice, I'm just pushing that knife right onto one side of the spline and cutting away that excess that we don't need. So that once we're done, we're left with a nice clean finish like that. So we're just going to keep working our way all the way around. And once that's done, we've got a perfect fly screen frame ready to go, nice and simple. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video, you've learned something new. As always guys, like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching Bill's How To.